Let's talk about some ice hockey.
Yeah, I'm a little better educated on that. So
I think we all are. I don't think anyone's educated on the subject of the Tiger King.
yeah, 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 for
So if you
sure.
had to give your like general thoughts on the 1920 season, what would they be?
Well, definitely the conclusion was unique, and probably unfortunate. Obviously, there's quite a few teams, obviously, that I'm sure thought they had a legitimate shot and good chance at it, and being my first year, it would have been special to down towards the end of the season. Obviously, this past weekend would have been the finals weekend, and in front of the home crowd. Hopefully, obviously, we were hoping to make that and do something special at the end of the year. Beginning was a little tough. Obviously, our team that had the success that we had planned throughout the preseason and early on in the season, but I thought as the year went on, we really developed into a solid team that would have been troubling for a lot of teams come playoffs, especially the first round being kind of a best of two series, and then the finals weekend just one game. So a lot of things can happen there. But I liked our team. I liked all the guys, and the coaching staff did a good job of meshing us together and putting guys in the right positions. And it was an enjoyable season for sure.
And say when you're in Belfast and you get the news that the league's cancelled, what went through your mind at that point?
Yeah, it was kind of a roller coaster. It was, probably a couple of days before that, we're all just kind of scratching our head, like, is this really going to happen? Because I don't know the exact dates, but it was definitely before the Premier League and our league, decided to cancel or postpone the season. A lot of like sports around the world, North American sports, a lot of the guys from Canada, the U.S. follow those sports. They were postponing or canceling events. So it was, we're kind of scratching our heads. We're like, God, what's going on? And kind of expected the play, obviously, going to Belfast, and then that morning, just got the news that they're postponing the game, or I don't know if they canceled it. Obviously, postponed it, and then we got right back on the bus and headed back home. So it was a very unique situation. Obviously, got the news that I think on the way back on the bus that this season was, officially canceled, and obviously it's frustrating, putting all that work in and not being able to finish it out. But this is definitely a unique situation, and different times for us, and we got to do what's best for the safety of not only the players but the fans as well that would have came to our games. So
And from talking to Tim the other day, he said that even with everything going off, you were ready to go if you needed to go in Belfast.
yeah, we obviously made the trip there, and we're expecting. I think the news we thought was at worst they would do it without the fans.
Hmm.
But then I think situations happen. I actually think the NBA was planning on doing that too, but then one of their players got the virus. So I think that kind of opened the eyes for some of the leagues that were proposing, hey, we'll do the season without fans and we'll be fine. But I mean, obviously, athletes are like anyone else; they can get it too. Workers, coaches. Um, this virus isn't just solely um, infecting certain people. It's everyone's vulnerable. So yeah, that really opened the eyes. I think the league kind of understood that too, and that's why they made the decision to cancel. So
And that cancellation kind of robbed us of the most exciting potential title race in Elite League history, because I think 5 teams were still mathematically in the race at that point. So it kind of like the frustrating part is that it took that away as well.
Yeah, it was obviously, like I said, I think there was a good amount of teams that had a legitimate chance, not only for the regular season title, but the playoffs as well. And those last 2 weeks of regular season would have been exciting. I thought there was some, enticing matchups. I thought we were in a good position. Speaking for ourselves, that we could have made a run at it, and then at the very least put ourselves in the best position to have success in the playoffs as well. So.
And speaking of ourselves again, the turnaround that the team had from that September is quite one of the most remarkable turnarounds in Panthers history, probably, because where that team was at that point, I think it was 9 losses out in 10 games. And then from that point on, after that, to be the best team in the league, take that month out, it's a real testament to Tim, Gee, and all you guys as well.
Yeah, like a lot of us have said all season. I mean, it's tough to go through stretches like that. I mean, I've been on teams that have had those unfortunate weeks or months. It's not a lot of fun, obviously, in the locker room, but I thought we made the most of it. We never really steered off like our common goal of continuing to get better. And I know I told the guys it's better to have those bumps early on in the season than at the end when a lot's on the line, obviously. So I thought we did a good job. I thought Tim and Strax and everyone from the coaching staff and Deuce making some personnel changes that helped us. It was a good testament for our team early on. Showed a lot of heart and a lot of integrity for us to battle through that and put ourselves in a position the last 2 weeks.
I remember, for some reason, very clearly doing an interview with you during that stretch, and you were very adamant that even though we'd lost 9 out of 10, that the games weren't a disaster. It was just little points in games that were costing us.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the more promising things that came from that was we were really kind of beating ourselves with just very minor mistakes that would end up in the back of our net at the wrong time and kind of really throw us off the tracks there. But it wasn't. You didn't look at our game and say, "Oh man, we have so much to work on." I thought it was very minor, and once we kind of sealed those problems up and moved on from them, obviously we had a lot of success and show what our capabilities were.
And what do you point to as the turning point? Where did you see the change? Because when I was talking to Tim, it was 2 points. It was either Sam's goal against Fife with 40 seconds to go, or that double header at home against Belfast. Which one do you think is more of a?
I'm trying to remember which one came first.
Sam's goal came first. Because we lost to Manchester in the week. Then he did that interview that got everywhere somehow.
Yeah, I actually remember. That was. I think I made the pass to Sam on that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to pat myself on the back there, but
you got a really nice celebration of you going in front of the GoPro.
Yeah, no, I actually do remember that. Obviously a huge goal. I think we were down maybe a goal and we tied it, and we got an opportunity in the power play late, and obviously we were able to get the W out of that. But yeah, that was definitely a very positive thing to happen, because those types of things were happening to us this month or so. So it was very nice to have that go our way and kind of propel us into having a lot of success the following months, and then obviously having success in the Continental Cup, the first tournament there out in Denmark. I thought we were playing really solid hockey around that time.
Yeah. Did you listen to the interview that Sam did? Did you hear it all?
No, I don't listen to the interviews.
Oh, I was,
No, no offense.
oh, ouch. I was just
No,
wondering
yeah,
what if anything was said like in the room about it at the time, if it would, or if he, because when I did it at the time with him, it seemed like he was getting out his frustrations, kind of thing. Felt like he needed to vent, sort of thing.
yeah, no, I mean, I think our team was pretty transparent. Like we had a lot of local guys that were, didn't shy away from speaking up in the locker room. Obviously, if Tim had an issue, he let us know, and I think that was important. We had a lot of guys that play a lot of pro hockey, a lot of experience, and guys have seen a lot of things. So I don't think anyone shied away from what were the issues we had or whatnot. We addressed them and tried to move forward as best as possible.
This year was your first year where you got an A on your sweater. Did you feel any more extra responsibility that you were cast into that leadership group?
Oh no, I mean, I won't say I expected a letter, but I expected to, be some sort of leader on the team, whether you're wearing a C or an A or nothing. It's you're all on the same team. I've had a lot of experience, and I just tried to share my experiences, things I thought worked, things that I know don't work if I see them. So I'm pretty honest. If I have an issue with the coaches, I'll let them know. If I have issues with players, I try to do it as obviously respectful as possible. We're all in this for a common goal, and that's just kind of the type of person I am. So.
And you mentioned the Continental Cup. How did you find that whole adventure?
Yeah, it was interesting. I played in the Champions League one year in Austria with Salzburg, so I kind of got a little taste of like the international hockey, kind of crossing borders leagues. But yeah, it was definitely quite the experience. The first weekend, obviously having a lot of success, and then even the final tournament, having the success of coming back in the final two games and putting ourselves in a position where we could have moved on, but obviously it didn't work out that way. Unfortunately, with the shootout loss, but it was definitely a fun experience. I think our team grew a lot, just getting to go on the road and focus on hockey and all be together and be in the battle together. It was definitely an enjoyable experience.
Well, you kind of had to be together out there because there wasn't a lot to do in Virgins.
Yeah, it was a pretty desolate area. Other than nice hotel, I'll give them that. And good food. Yeah, it was a good experience for if you're into the nightlife and city life. Definitely wasn't the spot, but I thought they did a good job. The arena did a good job, and it was competitive, and it was a good experience.
There's a great atmosphere in there as well with the home fans and that pocketed Panthers fans in the corner just making noise all the time.
Yeah, it was definitely impressive to see. Especially our fan base go up there. It wasn't the easiest place to get to, but yeah, it just kind of shows the passion that our fans have to hop on a plane and go see some Panther hockey in a different country.
And it said a lot about the team that going into that last game where Sonderjysk had already won the tournament, they'd already secured the gold. To then come back from 2-0 down, 3-1 down in that final game, win it in pretty much the last minute with George's goal. It showed that there was no quit in that team no matter the situation, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the tough part about those tournaments is the style of play throughout, and obviously playing 3 games in 3 nights. That third game you're gonna be feeling some bumps and bruises and a little bit tired, maybe a little bit jet lag from traveling and playing the 2 previous nights, and then just the different styles. Obviously, each night you kind of have to address different things each night. But I just thought that showed a lot of character in our team. especially the last game. We kind of knew it was over, but we wanted to go out with a W, and we were able to do that in pretty good fashion. So it was fun to see.
And what would be your personal top moments from the 2019-20 season?
Like the first Challenge Cup weekend was pretty impressive. I thought, obviously, it being Sheffield, so those games are obviously always intense. But just being new to the league, not really knowing what to expect, and then going to Sheffield and having a packed house and an intense game that was kind of back and forth. It didn't turn out. The result wasn't obviously great for us, but then to turn it over the next night at our arena and really put together a full 60 minutes and have a lot of success, and playing in front of those two crowds, was a pretty good introduction to the league for me.
So I remember you were the first import into Nottingham last year, and I remember meeting you at the arena, and you being so impressed with the arena when you got in.
Yeah, it's definitely like a premier arena in Europe, I think, for sure. It's just a good. Obviously, I play in it, but it's seems like a very well put together and fun environment for the fans. Great fan experience, and everything you guys do for them throughout the game to make it an exciting, entertaining event is a lot of fun. And then the excitement they have, the passion they have, the intense games that we had. You could always hear the crowd. And then just, the facility in general is, pleasure to play in.
And then you'll always have fond memories of Nottingham, I guess, because that's where your daughter was born.
Yeah, definitely. At City. Early on in the year, September 12th. So, it's funny to think that, we'll always have a connection to the city, and, she's doing well, and we're all missing Nottingham and, the game nights and the open skates and all that the city has to offer. So
that's one of the things that when people come to Nottingham and they get to experience the city, it's it's almost like it feels bigger than it actually is, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's it was a little bit overwhelming, obviously, at the beginning. The city I played in the previous years, was 40,000 and quite a bit smaller. But once you get the feel for it, it's a great city. It's a great sports town. A lot of young people there, obviously, with the universities, and a lot to do. I know a lot of guys enjoyed, not only the hockey, but living there, what the city has to offer. Specifically with the kids, there's plenty of things to do, activities to do with them. It's definitely one of the top places we played.
So I just thought off the top of my head, I can't believe your top moment of the season wasn't meeting Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, that was a good time. I thought my skating performance before that, with the skating dance skaters, I don't know what you even title them, but I thought that was pretty good. Me and Mad Dog did a pretty good job representing the Panthers, I thought.
I didn't know they left you mic'd up for the whole thing until I saw it.
Yeah, I forgot too. I thought that was pretty sleazy by them. I forgot. I was in the moment. I was like, oh, this is sweet.
See, I was gonna mic you up at practice before the end of the season as well, because everyone was telling me, because we mic'd up Mark, and everyone was telling me we have to do you.
Really?
I had inside information that you were a good player to mic up at practice.
So, like I said, the Mickey deal, I obviously knew they put it on, but I forgot that it was on once I started going, because I was in the mode But
Well, with
yeah,
Mark, with Mark, we mic'd him up when no one could see he was mic'd up. We took him in Tim's room and mic'd him up in there. So when he went out on the ice, no one knew he had it on. And he said when he took it off, people coming up to him going, "Were you just mic'd up then?"
oh yeah, that's the way to go. Because I would be the guy that if I knew someone was mic'd up, then I skate over them and start making fun of them or say something that they don't necessarily want on that mic. So
So what's the plan for the rest of your week then? Just more of the same?
yeah, the weather's turning around. We had a pretty nice. Actually, Easter Day was like a lot of snow, wind, kind of a snowstorm. So that's all settling down, and I think the weather is supposed to. It's nice today and throughout the weekend, going to be pretty nice. So yeah, we're just same old, just doing the shelter. Minnesota's doing the shelter in place through May 3rd, I believe, and then probably a week before that they'll kind of address where they're at and see if they start opening things up slowly and stuff like that. We're kind of hoping for that in the month of May. So
Yeah, our lockdown measures over here have just been extended for another 3 weeks. So
okay,
and
yeah,
ever since the lockdown started, it's been 20 degrees plus outside. It's been beautiful.
yeah. Are you guys able to go outside or like go on
Yeah,
a walk?
you're allowed 1 hour of exercise a day.
Oh, okay.
So you can get out, go on your bike, go for a thing, but just stay away from other people.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like 25, 30 minutes outside the city, so I'm sure probably more populated major cities are a little more strict, but yeah, it's just I think everyone's just got to make sure to do their part and make smart decisions and be cautious, but you know we're trying to enjoy the family time and get as much, I guess, out of it as you possibly can. So
What are you doing to keep Shay busy? Because he's obviously a bundle of energy.
oh man, he does whatever he wants. That's the tough part about this. He when we were in Nottingham, he was in school, good routine. Now he's just got free reign. He's going outside, playing whatever sports he wants, coming in, doing this, that. So, it'll be interesting once we kind of crack down more into a routine and stuff like that. But yeah, he's playing hockey, playing basketball, baseball, whatever you can give him. So,
Well, you, him, and Mavie definitely won the who did the best video, stay safe video.
Hey Panthers fans, hope everyone's doing well back in Nottingham, staying safe. Keep listening to the government, keep practicing social distancing, and we'll get through this together and get back to Panthers hockey as soon as possible. Until then, this will have to do.
oh yeah, I thought I'd get them involved. So I'm just glad we didn't hit Mavie with the stick or ball. There's been a few balls to her face, hockey balls and stuff like that. But at least they're cushiony ones. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have a few more of those with the way he hits them around. So
I remember him being in the foyer after games and things and just kicking footballs, smashing hockey pucks around everywhere.
oh, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Now he's doing it in our living room, on our wall and everything. So yeah, the joys of being a parent. But yeah, it's fun. It's like I said, the weather's nice when we get outside and get to spend a lot of obviously quality time with them and trying to enjoy it as much as possible.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this. I do really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Dan. Hope everyone's doing well and hope to see everyone soon. So
yeah, say hi to Shay and Emily for me.
I will. Have a good one. Yeah, I watched like the Tigerkin deal.
Oh God, that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I jumped down that rabbit hole. That was a 2 days that I spent questioning many things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Those are definitely some interesting people. I don't cross paths with people like that too much here. So yeah, it was. I don't know. I thought it was good entertainment.
I remember talking to Laura, the physio, when after I'd watched it, and she was devastated that he didn't actually sing his own songs.
How'd you? She thought he did.
She seemed heartbroken that he didn't.
Really? I thought it was pretty apparent that he didn't by the video and stuff. Yeah, he's an entertaining guy, that's for sure. Or he was.
Well, it's like did you watch the post show one they brought out this weekend?
Oh no, I think I saw some there. Yeah, they were coming out with like another episode or something.
Yeah, they just like talked to a few of the people who were in it. Like for some reason, it's like Joel McHale. Like for no reason, it's just this Hollywood actor interviewing these people who were in the Tiger King show. And like the question to them was, do you think it's really bothering Joe that he's in prison and he's as famous as he wanted to be now?
Yeah, it's that was very interesting. I'm usually into those documentaries. I mean, I watched it. It was I thought it was entertaining. But I probably
That's the word. That's the word I'll go with. Entertaining.
Yeah, it was definitely it's interesting because I mean they were filming that like 5 years ago or something, right?
Yeah,
it was like 2015, 16 or something, and then some of it was obviously more current.
well, it was all born out. He was doing something else at first, and then I think it was like, oh, you've got to meet this guy, and he was like, oh wow, I need to film that instead. That's much more interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, how did they come up with this story? Because usually, some of the documentaries I watch on there are, true crime or stuff like that, where you have a plot and kind of know the story. It sounds like what you said. They kind of stumbled across it. They're like, oh, this could be something good. Yeah, it ended up a lot of people are watching it. So.
Well, the movie's coming next, don't you? That's got to happen now.
Yeah, that would be something they sell a couple of years down the road.
Oh, most definitely.
Hi, we're from Disney on Ice.
And we're from the Nottingham Panthers.
And we're here at the Motor Point Arena, and we're gonna swap some skills and have some fun today. We're normally in like a line or a group of 4 skaters.
This is gonna be good. So it's just like a power turn.
So first,
Left,
the right arm will go up.
Oh man, I might have another career.
Outside cross rolls, which warms up our outside edges.
This is going good, guys.
I love it.
This is going good. Maybe we should have got some of the bigger boys out here.
Oh yes, the stick, my enemy.
We'll do some passing. Probably not forehand, backhand stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Get back here. Right? Oh! Woo.
So left foot, yeah! You guys ready to skate?
Do. Oh,
Good
on the
girl.
bench here.
And then take 2 steps toward me.
Bend your
I'm right
knees.
here. Ready?
Oh, look at that.
And, oh!
Cool.
Look at that.
It's snowing.
I think Elsa's here.
Wanna go touch
She's
it?
making it snow. Look at that. Oh, it's sticky. Oh my
Connelly's lost it but finds it.
Ooh. Okay, I'm just, okay.
Bettridge.
The pass?
Yeah.
I just thought someone should be there, and someone was, so I was fortunate.
So it's not like you just got eyes in the back of your head then?
Sometimes, yeah, we'll go with that. I have eyes in the back of my head, for sure.